Hi there, Dallas here of Bestowing the Brush. Welcome back. Today I'm going to show you 3 different levels of easy, simple chalk work that you can do for a drawing lesson for your student. So the first and most simple level I will explain to you now. You're going to find something in the room, so something that already exists in your home environment, whether it's inside or outside. If this is going to be a chalk lesson, I'm going to guess this is going to be something inside your room. What I have chosen is a flat representation or a design. It's this design from my curtain right here. I'm going to focus all of my attention on that design. I'm going to study it with my eyes. I can even take my chalk and do it in the air to help me measure and follow the lines and spaces. And then I'm going to capture it on my chalkboard. So I will do that now, and I'll try to talk through the process. So first things first, you want to observe. Take a minute, take 2 minutes, ask yourself questions about the directions the lines are going, how long those lines are, at what angle they lie, and how many different points of, in this case, I have offshoots of leaves. At how many different points and where are those along the main line? At what angle do they come off the vine? The ending points of each leaf, where are those in relation to each other? And I will capture it here. So I see that the bottom has curved up. Sometimes you can even close one eye and that can help. It'll help flatten your plane of vision to be easier to transfer to a flat surface. As the stem ends, it goes right into the largest leaf and it offshoots one on the top, alternating one on the bottom, and the one on the very top and middle doesn't have a stem, so that will be a leaf shape that comes out. And my very last one at the bottom has a short stem and it comes down into a sort of odd, not very perfect leaf shape. So here, I'm deciding that I'm going to use this point in space to measure with the other point of the other leaf in space. I'm just going to make a little dot so that I can know as I'm executing that bottom line, this is where I want the leaf point to end. But I'll come back to it. Try to keep your lines as fluid as you can. So where one line ends and begins, try to do it in one fluid motion. There was my point, and that's where I ended, so I'm going to correct that. Easy to do with chalk, right? And I see that my leaves to scale are a little bit too big for my stem, so I'm just going to correct my stem. maybe I'll take my line this way this time. See what happens. Okay, so I'm going to call this one done. Now the same things that we did in this, we're going to take to a level 2. What you'll be doing is choosing something three-dimensional, such as this simple vase. So I chose this because it had very simple lines, and theoretically it could fit on a piece of paper too. So even if you wanted to take actual measurements of this and measure it against your piece of paper, you could also see how a drawing of this in life size would end up on your paper. Okay, so same thing. What you're going to ask your student to do, or to do yourself, is to look at this object. And now what I want you to notice is that this neck shape is a defining feature of this. And what you can do in your mind with your chalk or with your utensil is take your thumb and the point of your tool and measure that. And that will show you how many of that neck shape fit into the body of the vase. So this will give you really nice proportions and make your drawing more accurate. Okay. The other nice thing too is that if you're just doing form and shape, don't worry about this little ellipse up here or any details. Work on the edges and try to see in your mind's eye this as negative space and this as positive space. And where two spaces meet is a line. And I think that will help you with thinking of this in form. Simple shapes, simple lines. Okay, a third level of difficulty, maybe to take your white chalk, and now this is a really complicated texture to this, but I just want to show you. If you look carefully at this edge isn't quite straight. And this is nice because it's also broken up into some nice white shapes here. That's like a diamond or a triangle. So using the pressure of your chalk, you can make very white shapes and stack them as you see them here. And what you're doing is thinking in shapes or form. You'll start to see, if you ask yourself, where do I see the whitest parts? You'll start to see the odds and ends of spaces, and you'll just be filling in what you see. So I see this side as some of the whitest highlight areas, and in here I have varying shades of gray. So I would take my white chalk and I would use less pressure to show where there was a shape of gray. And then I would use even less pressure here. And I would probably leave my chalkboard black here. And before your eyes, you will see the beautiful form of this textured vase show up on your chalkboard. So think of those things. It would be level 1 difficulty, level 2 difficulty, the simple vase. Level 3 difficulty would be something more textured, but white would be helpful if you're using chalk. All right, well, I will see you guys later, and I hope you have some happy drawing times. Bye.